Hello and welcome back to a new video. Welcome to the third video in our series on family language policies. In the last video, we explored language ideologies, so how beliefs and attitude shape language decisions. In this video, we turn our attention to language practices, the actual way in which language is used, chosen, and negotiated in everyday family life. We start with a definition of language practices in the family domain. Language practices refer to the observable behaviors of language used in the home. These include who speak what language to whom, in what context, and for what purpose. Practices often differ from parents' stated goals. For instance, a parent may want to speak only the heritage language with their children, but end up mixing or using the dominant language due to convenience or habit. When we talk about family language practices and how they are shaped, we can notice that there are some factors influencing them, such as parents' language proficiency, child language preference, school and peer influence, and time and setting. Language practices are influenced by a variety of these factors. For example, a parent might understand the heritage language, but he or she might not feel comfortable speaking it at home with their children. At the same time, children might prefer the dominant language due to school and peer pressure. Very important is also to consider the context. Context, in fact, really matter. Some families, they may switch languages depending on whether they are at home with the extended family or they are in public spaces. Several strategies emerge from research on language practices within the family domain. The first one we can mention is the one called One Parent, One Language. This model involves each parent consistently using a different language. This is the case when we have a mixed couple, so the mother will speak one language and the father will speak a different language. A second strategy is what we define as minority language at home. This strategy encourages the use of the heritage language exclusively in the family setting. This is because outside the home, there might be a dominant or majority language that the family will be speaking in social interaction, for example. Some families, they also naturally engage in code switching or translanguaging. This is what we can identify as a third strategy. This is to say that the family members are blending languages depending on the context, on their emotions, and on different topics they are engaging in the conversations. Even if they have clear intentions, many families they experience language shift where the dominant societal language gradually replaces the heritage language. Time constraints, lack of support in the language, and fatigue can lead to these inconsistencies and lead to tendency in speaking the dominant language. Moreover, language use can become emotionally charged, especially when children resist to speak the heritage language and when parents they feel guilt over language loss. Research is telling us that family can support more effective language practices by creating regular routines around language use. This could be, for example, reading, storytelling, and other moments of everyday life where one specific language is chosen and used specifically in that moment. It is also very important, and research is also telling us about this, to normalize multilingualism as a strength rather than a burden. So, celebrating progress and linguistic achievement can keep motivation high, especially for children, but also for parents that are afraid of losing their heritage language. Thank you very much for having listened this video. Stay tuned for more.